So we've seen a lot online, the popularity of ketones. It's becoming quite common to see and people talking about. Now, I've learned from you that ketones are a byproduct of fat loss, right? So fat loss isn't a byproduct of ketones.
Correct.
Can you delve a little more into how the process works?
Oh, the exogenous ketone, ketogenic diet trend. That, it baffles me that people think this is something new, because I was doing this 20 years ago when La McDonald was online and the old internet, basically doing weeks and weeks of Dan Duchesne's Body Opus and tracking online. And we started doing it back then, back when Atkins became popular again. And if you go back to the days of Vince Gironda, you look in the 60s and 70s, they were doing ketogenic style dieting then. And if you look back at the 1960s, William Banting was doing that as well when he wrote his book Letters on Corpulence. So this whole keto thing isn't new.
Yep.
A lot of it's coming back around, just like everything. Pretty soon we'll be wearing butterfly collars and bell bottoms again. But here's the thing, like, when you lose fat and you have a low carbohydrate state, so when the liver is low in carbohydrates, your brain and your brain loves to use sugar.
And your liver is where your carbohydrates will
yes,
stored.
Exactly. Your liver will store,
Yep.
give or take, anywhere from 50 to 125 grams. If you drink as much wine as I do, it's probably 250 grams.
So once that's depleted a little bit?
Once it's depleted
Yep.
and you can't push sugar back into the bloodstream,
Yep.
your body will enter a state of ketosis, so to basically feed your brain, okay?
And what's ketosis? That's when your body uses fat as a fuel source, is that correct?
That's a byproduct of
Yep.
fat metabolism when you oxidize fat. So
Yes.
ketones are put off in a lot of those. It's basically a safety mechanism. It's a primal mechanism for when we were hunter-gatherers and you couldn't find food. You might not find food for a week, and that keto system keeps your brain running.
Got it.
Right?
Which is probably why it was created for people with mental disorders, like people with not schizophrenia,
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy.
Yeah. So and that's what we found. That's what we found decades ago, is that
Yeah.
it's very good at helping control seizures in epileptics. So that's a standard ketogenic diet.
Okay.
People who are doing athletics don't
Yeah.
have to do a standard ketogenic diet. It's not necessary to go that high of fat, that low
Yeah.
of protein, and that low of carbohydrate if you're very active. I've had times where if I'm training twice a day, I can hit ketosis in 48 hours and still eat.
Because of that depletion that you're doing.
Because
Okay.
the training volume's
Yep.
high enough to
Makes
warrant twice as much protein and about a quarter as much fat as
Yep.
most people would need, right?
Okay.
And we measure that through blood ketones.
Yep. Okay. So once you have depleted a lot of your glycogen stores, your body will then go into...
We'll start to go into ketosis to try to make up that energy that it's losing from not having sugar. And the problem with the exogenous ketones is the general public has no clue, and a lot of trainers, they have no clue. They don't know. They have no idea how the physiology of this works.
Yep.
And so they're not understanding. Just taking ketones isn't going to make you lose body fat, because the ketones are a byproduct of breaking down fat.
Correct.
So you still have to, like we've said before, you have to maintain energy balance.
Yep.
So if you're still eating a carbohydrate and protein diet and you're taking ketones on top of that,
Yep.
it's going to give you an extremely expensive source of energy
Yes. Okay.
that you could probably get using something else,
Yeah.
like actually getting it from your own body fat.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of people, they puss out the first few days of a
Yeah.
ketogenic diet because they get brain fog, and the majority of people cut their calories.
Yeah.
They cut their calories too low, so they cut out carbs and
Don't replace it with anything.
they don't replace anything. So you've cut out 1,000 calories, of course you feel like crap.
Yeah.
If you added back protein and fat and then started dropping calories once you hit ketosis, you're going to be in a much better position. That's where some of these exogenous ketones work really well, as they can help you the first few days
Yeah.
to not have that brain fog. Or if you are eating a carbohydrate diet and you need more mental capacity, you need more brain power, you can use the ketones there, but they're god awful expensive.
Yeah.